breaking it down in layman's terms. Today, we're going to talk about smashing wellness, breaking down those barriers, and getting your wellness in check, and the physical, mental, nutrition, and a whole lot more. I've got a great guest today. I've got Thomas Hamm coming up. And Thomas, well, he's got a lot of certifications, a lot of degrees. He studied abroad in Switzerland, got a culinary European arts degree, and a whole lot more. Brings diet, exercise, but he really cares about his clients. Let's smash down those barriers. Let's make things happen. Transition your life. Thomas Hamm, what it do?
Man, thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for the opportunity.
I'm excited too. We've got a chance to meet back in October. And one thing about you is you've always had the passion, always cared a lot about people, and you do a lot in the Atlanta community, but you're a globetrotter. You do fitness consulting and training, whether it's virtually or you're traveling across the world with clients meeting face to face. Let's just talk about, you got the diet background, you got the nutrition background, you were the Atlanta fitness chef. Now you're Smash Wellness. How did that branding come about?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it came very, very organically, right? So we started the company about 10 years ago, and it was called Atlanta Fitness Chef. And then we started that, and we just wanted to be transparent and authentic with people. We wanted to be honest with people and straightforward. We also thought that it could be absolutely fantastic if we provided results for people in a fun, really cool, energetic, passionate, enthusiastic way. Right? That doesn't have to be quote unquote, oh my gosh, I have to do this or I have to do this. We change that verbiage and say, I get to do this. I get to work out. I have the opportunity to do this. I have the privilege to do A, B, C, D, and E. And it was absolutely fantastic. And we started with a few clients, and then we grew from there. We're doing boot camps in people's backyards and feeding them afterwards and providing meals for them. And then I remember, it was so funny, I was actually remembering that because in a couple months it'll be our anniversary for the company, and we used to have these little bags at the end of every workout called baby beast bags. So it had Atlanta Fitness Chef baby beast bags, right? Because I when I was in group fitness prior to opening up Atlanta Fitness Chef, there's this young lady who I called her my baby beast because she was like maybe 4'12", 5'1", and she was an absolute savage. She was a monster working out. And I was like, you're going to be my baby beast. So every time I saw her, I would say the same thing. So when I actually started a company, I actually coined that phrase with those little Atlanta Fitness Chef baby beast bags for her. But it started from very, very, very humble beginnings. I'll be honest with you, all I had was a thought in the back of a Starbucks, taking a pen in a corner, back in the drinking, nice little espresso, and banging out an idea. That's where it started. It started with a napkin, a pen, and a cup of coffee. That's it, right? And then from there, it was just an idea, and we honed it, we moved it, we nurtured it, right? And then as time went on, as more certifications and more movement happens, and then the clientele start to grow, and then we start to see our demographic and what we were trying to produce for the world, then all of a sudden Smash came, right? So we rebranded to Smash about 4 or 5 years later, and rebranded. And that was super simple. We thought about multiple different names that we could rebrand because we saw our demographic changing, right? We saw who we were marketing to, right? We saw the people that we were affecting, and we were touching people all around the country, right? So from LA to New York down to Miami, we were taking care of a variety of different styles of people, as well as locally here in Atlanta. So anywho, as time goes on, I had a branding consultant person. I had another mentor assisting me as a business consultant, and we were trying to work it. And then all of a sudden, they're like, you know what about Smash? And the reason why I think they said that was because, and I never thought about it, is that because every time you talk with us or every time you talk with your clients, we notice that you said, man, let's smash it today. Right? Let's smash the old ideas that are not helping us today. Let's smash, right, what's standing in front of us to be the best version of ourselves. Let's smash down the walls, right, that are confining us today, right? and let's smash our goals that we have set out for ourselves, right? And just totally supersede and just annihilate those bad boys. So it was just organic. And then she was like, you know what? Let's just try you doing Smash. I was like, you know what? Throw me a mood board because I'm not sure. Let's see how it looks on paper and let's see how it looks. And all of a sudden, the way she had it set up, it was gorgeous. And I was like, you know what? Let's make it happen. And that's where Smash, started for the rebranding. And that was about 6 or 7 years ago.
I love that because you take Atlanta Fitness Chef, which speaks to a lot because Atlanta, obviously, fitness, and the chef, because you bring the nutrition, you bring the program, the training, all aspects of wellness. But when you're using the word smash organically, how this started, it just fell into its lap. And you obviously got the gear on, you got the swag on. You can go to your website, you can get the smash gear. I love the concept. And you talked about, while you were giving me the introduction about Smash, working with clients across the world. So you've got a lot of tier packages, and it's well documented on your website. We're talking face-to-face, the concierge service with clients, jet setters. You're traveling. You're a globetrotter with that. You're meeting people face-to-face training, but you're also doing tiered packages at a virtual level, one-to-one training, companion training, all different levels. Can you hone in a little bit how you focused in on? I want to talk about the face-to-face training, the high-level impact. I mean, it's customizable, it's personalized, and you do stuff with their diets. Can you just speak to what makes that different about Smash?
Yes, I mean, in regards to Smash Wellness one-on-one, face-to-face, Smash Wellness client is a very, very extensive client. We provide high-level services for these individuals, right? So we will start with, and everybody starts with, no matter what package or program you have, everybody starts with a Smash Wellness audit. And we take you from head to toe, figure out the imbalances, muscle imbalances. I mean, figure out how your knees, upper body, thoracic spine, lower back, lumbar. We figure out everything. What are you eating? How are you hydrating yourself? What minerals you're putting in? What macros you're putting in? Okay, or lack thereof. We figure out everything: stress, business, family, spiritual, whatever it is we need in the wellness, right? Diaspora, right? Or for lack of a better word, but anything within wellness, we take you from start to finish and figure out and get all that data. Once we have that data, then we can figure out how we can attack or for pardon the pun, smash your goals, right? So everybody's different. Not everybody's the same. What works for me might not work for you, right? Intermittent fasting might work for me. It might not work for you, right? These paleo and this other thing might work for me. Veganism might not work for you. So at the end of the day, it just changes with the person, right? It changes with the thought process, and it changes with their life in regards to their life journey. When you're 22 and 23 years old, your life goals, and where you're at is much different in your mid 40s. When you're in your mid 40s, right, your journey, your life path and what you're trying to do and how you're trying to get after it is much different than your mid 60s and 70s, right? So we meet you where you are. We figure out, right, what's going on with your body inside and out, right? And then what we do is we provide a data spreadsheet and give that to you after the wellness audit. And then we ask you, we actually say, okay, if you would like to keep with our company, then you can take that information wherever you want to go. So if you want to do the Smash Wellness audit and you want to go to another trainer or go to this, not a problem at all. This is information for you, right? To be the best version of you. All right. And then if you would like to come with our company, then we give you the prescription.
Okay.
And this is our RX of what we found. These are the goals that you set out in your wellness audit. These are the goals you set out. And this is a prescription of how we can make sure we can get there. What I am is, right, in layman's terms, no, pardon the pun, but what I am.
Go ahead, drop it for me.
You know what I'm saying? But what I am is I am a wellness GPS.
And I love that because as well, when we've had conversations, you've talked about that because it starts with the audit. And it also starts with customization and personalization because everybody's body, time frame, age is different. There's no blueprint that this works for this way all the damn time. You customize it fully, but it starts with the audit. Without the audit, you can't necessarily, you in general, you necessarily can't guide somebody to their goals with the internal audit.
Right. I mean, and we're talking about 45 minutes to 60 minutes here, right?
Okay.
Right. It might last a little bit longer depending on and the amount of questions or what have you. But I can pretty much figure out where we are, right? That muscle's overactive. This muscle's underactive. That muscle's not firing. This muscle is firing, but it's not firing to its full capability. There's lack of mobility here. There's a little bit too much mobility there. Like there's a variety of things I'm looking at. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm nickel and diamond as you're moving. And it's nothing crazy physically wise, right? It's not, I'm not going to, you're not going to walk out funny the next day because of this doggone Smash Wellness Audit. It's just to understand what your body naturally is doing, right? So now I know what your body is naturally doing. I know what you're putting into your mouth. I know what you're hydrating with, right? I know the amount levels. And now we have a place we can, as a baseline, where we can move you forward, all right, and customize everything for you. I've had clients for over a decade. My clients have never seen, those clients have never seen the same workout twice, other than other than Smash Wellness testing days. Those clients have never seen the same workout twice in 10 years. I've had clients that work with me literally 2 to 3 times, 4 times a week, and they've never seen the same. Now, a lot of labor on my part in regards to making sure that we keep it nice, fresh, new, and it's always moving. And there's always progressive exercises that we do. So we want to make sure that we show that progression, right? But also what I realized is that people get bored very, very quickly. So we want to make sure, and that's the reason why I have so many certifications, and I'm still growing and adding more certifications, so we can provide the latest, right, most current, up-to-date knowledge that's going on in this country from masters, right, within the wellness sphere to bring to the client, because that's what they deserve, right? So we fly out to the client. I think you alluded to it. That's one of the services we do. So we fly to the client. Make sure we go there. I cook all the food for them, detoxes, post-workout, pre-workout, strength and conditioning exercises. We do it all while we're there. Cold, hot therapy, whatever it is the client needs, meditation, myofascial release, stretching and mobility, whatever the client needs, that's what we'll do. And we'll fly out to you for 2 to 3 days and put you in what I call a wellness cocoon. Okay. So then when you come out of it, you're ready. You're ready, whether it be going back to the next movie, whether it be going into a really profound business deal, whether it be going back into a trial. We are there for you, right? We were there for you to be the best version of yourself for whatever, right? You have to smash. Okay.
And it's so much to unpack right there, because it's not like the audit stands there, but you said a few things that really stuck out. You're progressing, you're always updating new techniques, new exercises, new developments in nutrition, health, mental health, whatever the case is. No workout is the same. It's fully customizable, but you got to start with that audit to kind of get a baseline, because it's more than just wellness goals. You're transforming lives.
Right. But let's be clear though, right? That's the reason why we're concierge service.
Thank you.
For example, you might have a personal trainer already. I love my personal trainer. I don't want you to leave your personal trainer. If you love your personal trainer, stay with it. You know, I mean, that's a very, 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 very powerful relationship, right? So stay with them. But I would love some stretching mobility though, because my personal trainer doesn't do stretching mobility and pain recovery. We do. Mm-hmm. So I'll take that, right? Or I love my private chef, or I love cooking. So I don't need any of your meals. But I definitely would be interested in that weight loss management program, and I definitely will take the mobility and maybe get outsourced like chiropractic, you know what I'm saying, recommendation as well, right? So there's a variety of different things. It's not just one. So you take the services, you might have one, might have the others. Some of my clients only, right, or we Smash Wellness provides the food for them. They don't work out with me at all. It's only food, nutrition, detoxes, the whole 9 yards that we deliver to them, or they pick up from our studios here in Georgia. There's other clients that want nothing to do with food, right? And all they want to do is either just mobility. I don't even work. Some clients are 100% are just pain recovery. I mean, think about it. You're walking around, your back is at a 10, 9 pain level, and I can put you right with time and at a 4. Imagine if you could get to a 4 and you're walking around like a 10 or a 9. I mean, a 4 is like a vacation for you in regards to the pain level, right? So at the end of the day, we saw years ago that this is something that I think is very, very valuable. So as clients, I've been doing mobility and stretching and myofascial release and trigger point therapies and cold and hot therapies for years, right? And the results stand for themselves, right? Some of my clients only do that. Other clients, they want to drop 25 pounds. Other clients, they want to get super strong. Other clients, they just want to maintain their weight. Other clients, what they want to do is just be around and have great quality of life for their grandkids. And in retirement, they want to travel and do all these really fun and cool things, right? And they want to be healthy enough to actually do them. They don't want to be a spectator, right? In life, right? They want to be somebody who's actually living it. And I'm like, I can get that. So there's multiple different packages. One, we fly to you, right? And we'll take care of you. So it doesn't really matter what part of the country you're from. And we will make sure that happens for you. There's other ones where we're locally, so we'll take care of you in the brick and mortar. They want to see me live, obviously, and then there's a large portion of my clientele. About 80% of it now is virtual, right?
I want to stop, and we're going to get into that real deep because that was the next section. You nailed it. Because let's face it, we were faced with a pandemic, and you got the concierge service meeting face to face, the audit. What have you learned from your virtual packages? Because right now, hey, I may want to sign up working with you. It could be a virtual package. It could be a companion training group.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let you speak on it, obviously coming from the source. Walk me through the inception. Okay, I want Thomas, but I'm not in Atlanta, or he can't travel out to me at this time, or I can't meet him face to face. How do I get the goodness of Smash Wellness virtually?
Yeah, I mean, I wish I could say I was some kind of Nostradamus, some kind of cutting edge kind of thought process. It was not. I'll be honest with you, and thank you. I appreciate that compliment. But what I will say is, it was provided with value. When about 4 or 5 years prior to the pandemic, my clients had went on vacation. They had different homes in different states, internationally as well, right? And they would be gone for a month or 2 months, right, during that time period. So what we did is they would stop their training, and then all of a sudden 2 months later or 3 months later, they would come back and they'd be like, "Oh, Thomas, oh," and I'm like, "Yeah, I feel you, man. I mean, I wasn't very disciplined with you not around, and all of a sudden, so I said, you know what? Next time when you go to your vacation houses and other, can we?" And it was just an idea. Can we figure out a way of how we can still keep the workouts going and progressing? And can we figure out a way where you wouldn't need any exercise equipment? So if you're in Turks and Caicos or Nantucket or LA or, Greece or Italy, if there's no, gyms whatsoever, if you don't have any availability or opportunity, right, to have a studio near you, can you work out? And the question is yes. So what we did is I put in my body weight with yoga, okay, and then put those bad boys together into a nice little, right, smooth flow, but also kind of hit high intensity training all at the same time. And you can start from a beginner, right, entry level, all the way up to advanced. And what we call that program is Hustle and Flow. And we started it, years ago, probably a good 9 years ago. And we started Hustle and Flow, and then no exercise equipment, start from entry level, literally, and then move all the way up to advanced. And we've been perfecting that years prior to COVID. So then once COVID hit, all my live clients, right, if they had a gym, great, we kept on doing it, a home gym. But if they didn't, then we could put them right into Hustle and Flow. And it was a nice little soft landing spot there. Okay. And now we do that virtually. And I think the misconception, this is one of the things I wanted to kind of make extremely clear. Virtually for me might seem a little bit different than virtually for maybe somebody else. Okay. And this is where the difference is. When you say virtually, sometimes people think, oh, I'll just go on demand, click on the video that Thomas produced, AKA Hustle and Flow video, and I can do it anytime I want to, right? And click on it, follow along, and then bang it out and be done with it. Okay. So that's not this. When I say virtually, I am literally online with you live. The only person I'm looking at is you. And I am nickel and diamond every single movement you're doing. So at the end of the day, I'm doing rep for rep. I'm doing everything right there with you. My eyes never leave, right? So it's much different. So you get me, you get my personality, you get the fire, you get the passion, you get the enthusiasm, you get the authenticity, literally. And I am only looking at one person and one person only, and that is the client. I never look away. I don't take phone calls. I don't go after. I don't do anything. The most important thing that I have when I'm contracted with anybody that's live or virtually is the client, period. You are the biggest and most important thing in that room at that time. And then after our session, I'll get back to regular life. But while we're contracted, so it's not like, okay, you can click me and click me not. No, I'm sending you the link. Boom, I'm here. Let's get after it.
It's live, it's in person, no pre-recorded. I'm on a Peloton and I'm watching a series of pre-recorded videos. You're in the game, you're walking them through like it's face-to-face, kind of like what we're doing right now. It's live. You're calling it out.
Right. I'm not knocking the other programs. I'm not knocking other
Sure.
subscription packages. I think they're fantastic in regards to their business models, right? It's just that's not mine. Mine is more relational, right? Because you can choose to get on that Peloton or not. And if that instructor, he doesn't or she doesn't know whether or not you hopped into a class or not, I'm gonna know because I'm here. I just sent you a link. I'm like, where is Doug? Where are you? I'm texting you. What's going on? Like, did you get the link? Let's get after it. All right. See you next Wednesday. You know what I mean? Like, we know when you're not there. You are not a number. There's no numbers here. You are one of one. Okay.
How long have you been incorporating that? Did you ever do the recording style, or has this always been your mantra from doing training, the virtual training? Has it always been?
No, when I first initially started, I just to get my feet wet and understand the business, understand wellness, I needed to understand it. I went to group fitness, right? And I was working for a company in group fitness. And I learned within group fitness, I learned how to fill up your classes and how to be truly successful is to be extremely authentic, transparent, and have a darn good memory, right? Hey, hypothetically, I'm like, hey, I see you, Doug. You come in my class, right? Hey, what's going on? Then you talk to me about your daughter, right? And she's in Florida State. And then you talk to me about how you had a good vacation in Maui. And then you also talk to me about your dog, right? And then all of a sudden I'm like, hell, next time I see you, hey, Doug, how's your daughter doing in Florida State? You know, how's that major going? Is she in psychology or no? Yeah. Okay, cool. And how's your dog? Right? Did you get another one, companion? And man, that vacation you did last time in Maui, I'm telling you right now, guess what? I'm going to Oahu, okay, in 6 months. Have you been there? And do you have any recommendations for me? I mean, literally, I did that for every single person, not because I was trying to be, facetious and kind of being smug. I was doing that because I really enjoyed people. I really enjoyed their stories, and stories sell. Stories is something that I love, and I love to be involved in people's lives. And then all of a sudden it built the classes up. Then my point being is I learned something. If you truly are talking to people, not at them, right? Not at them, but to them. If you truly care about them and want to do life with them, it's not just a workout. If you want to do life with them, right? That is attracting. That, right, binds people together. And that's the same thought process that I bring. So when I left group training, I went straight into there. And yes, other models, I get it. Group, I could put 5 people, 10 people at the same time, boot camps, I could subscription, and I'm not knocking that. I think it's fantastic. Online work, God bless them. I think it's absolutely fantastic. But for me, right, for me and what I do, I stay in my lane, right? And my lane is if you want a person that do life with you, right? In the good times, in the bad times, when you're sick and when you're strong, right? And every time in between. If you want that person, right? They're not big into groups and want an actual relational experience and get results in the wellness field, then I'm your guy, right? So I'm not for everybody, but I always say I'm like for the special few. And those few, my tribe, and a mentor told me a long time ago, he's like, dude, he's like, why don't you just go out there, right? And just show people authentically what who and what you are. And then your tribe, the people who really resonate with that, will come to you. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. So that's why I'm so enthusiastic, right, about this. I'm very passionate about what I do. And it comes across like this dude's not playing. He's real. Like this is serious for him. And it's no game for me. I love it. I see people. They come to me and say, Thomas, I would have got divorced without you. I would have been sick without you. I would have been mentally not right, man, because of all the things that we did. But you assisted me. I'm a better father. I'm a better wife. I'm a better grandmother. I'm a better daughter. I'm a better son. I'm a better friend, right? I literally, right, was going through cancer treatment while we were working out. And because of you, right, you assisted me and uplifted me to distract me, to give me better spirits and what have you. So mentally, I had enough strength and physically to combat what we were fighting against. Man, I tell you what, right? Right here, all I am about, hands down, and as you know, Doug, all I'm about is service. My job is not results. My job is to serve. If I do the best of my ability to give you everything I have, every time I see you, no matter what, okay, every time I see you, I truly believe, and I have 10 years of documentation, right, that people will get and will be provided results.
I love everything. Just to unpack what you said, the authenticity of serving others, helping others, being true to yourself because you have a passion for it. So it transcends in your training, one to one. And I'm curious when you've got companion training. Again, it's well documented on the website where you have maybe groups of 2 or 3. And I want to speak out of turn, but you're probably still looking at Sue and you're still looking at Tom and you're still engaging them on the camera while you're training because it's so personalized as opposed to watching a recording. I love the authenticism, but it's also who you are and it transcends to why people want to work with you.
Yeah, I mean, Smash Companion, you brought that up, right? And thank you so much. But the Smash Companion is a phenomenal thing. We started doing it a few years ago. And for example, say you have a friend in California and you live in New York, but you want to work out with one another. I was like, oh, maybe we can get either family, friends, colleagues, and we can have them together work out at the exact same time, right? Via Zoom. And that's when Smash Companion came to existence, right? So now I can work out with my mom. I can work with my dad. I can work out with my cousin. I can work out with people necessarily that even might be local, but we don't meet up very often. Now we can work out together. So now we cut the cost down in half. So now it's financially awesome, right? So we're splitting the cost and we're getting personalized training. So I'm seeing
win-win.
I'm seeing both of y'all on the screen or 3 of y'all on the screen. And I'm like, Doug, oh yeah, I love that. Drive down, get those hips up a little bit higher, clench that right glute a little bit more. Sue, loving that right now. Don't let those hips drop. Keep those bad boys up, right? Roger, drive down. I need that squat just a little bit lower, all right? Push that, turn that right foot 45 degrees and drive that knee towards that big toe and get down just a little bit more to open up that hip and then clench the glute at the top. Let's roll. Boom, 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 boom. And it's just flowing. And everybody's doing it because all 3 of y'all have different goals and aspirations. So we customize each of them and we're rolling all of them at the same doggone time. Okay. And everybody's getting that work. Everybody's getting personalized, customized treatment, right? For a fraction of the cost for one-on-one personal training. You can't beat it. And you get to actually see the person that you're really around, right? So it's like awesome. Like, man, I don't get to see my cousin that much, but I get to see him at least twice a week on Smash Companion, you know?
And they get to see you interact with them. So it's a win-win on so many levels. And again, one thing about it we've stressed throughout this interview is Thomas is customizable. He's very personalized, 100%, keeping it 100% customized, personalized training. Starts with the audit. And whether it's face-to-face, concierge service, he's bringing in a nutrition, smoothie, whatever the case is, he's customizing it. But you've got the group training. You even got tiers. And when we first talked, you were launching a product and we keep another price point. If you got the time, espresso shot. How's that working out for you? Can you talk about another tier and how that came about, if you mind?
Yeah. So what happened is that I I said, well, you know what? Let's see if we have the apply value with a shorter time, with a tighter time, right? So we had the hour session live, and I was like, let's add, and we had already a 30-minute session virtually. So we had 30 or 45 and an hour session virtually, but we only had an hour sessions, right? 60-minute sessions live, and more, obviously 90-minute and 2-hour sessions. So what I thought about is I was like, how about the person who's, just wants to come in, right? Because I love espresso. I'm a huge fan. Everybody knows me, knows that I will travel for coffee. I have traveled for coffee. I've traveled around the world literally and gone to different cities specifically just for food and coffee. Okay. And I love espresso, right? And when I drink espresso, I drink it in the morning, little pick me up. Midday, keep that bad boy going. At night, knowing I got to go home for family, hit me a quick espresso, right? Maybe at dinner or after dinner, right? And then spend some time with my family, right? So my thing is if I do that for espresso, can I create something like that in the wellness field? Boom, EX espresso shot. So 30-minute, and it's just full gas. As soon as you see me, full gas for 30 minutes. You come in live and you just want to sweat. Let's get after it, okay? So there's not a lot of technique. We don't have to sit here and try to figure out how to do a clean and jerk and a snatch and all this. Nah, none of that. No technique. You come in here, you don't have no technique and no driven, nothing is required. You come in 30 minutes, and if you need an attitude adjustment, get an espresso shot. If you need to pick me up in the morning, come in for a 30-minute espresso shot, right? If you at night before, if you want to shake off the day from work or shake off the day from family, shake it off so you can be the best version of yourself before you go back home, come in and give me a 30-minute workout espresso. And may I tell you what, to answer your question, it is going extremely well.
Awesome.
Espresso shots are selling out, right? Every single day. These 30 minutes, they love it. They come in. And the reason why I think it's really cool, and from my experience and what we're seeing right now, right, for the last 4 or 5 months from espresso shots, one, past clients like to come in, right, and get 30 minutes really quick with me and hit the road because they didn't have that before because they just couldn't afford an hour of their time because they're busy, right? So that makes great for them. So like, oh, this is a new thing that's awesome. Two, then all of a sudden the current client, right, if they want to sneak in and get an extra 30 or an extra couple 30-minute espresso shots, right, in the month, perfect. So this adds on to that amenity so we can keep it moving forward, right? And they can see me more, right? And the future client, the 30 minutes, right, is not the hour. So now we can have more people that we can that we can touch. We have more
touch and
people
serve.
we have more people that we can serve, but do it in a way that's respectable for the client. We don't have 15,000 people at the same 30-minute session for Smash Wellness. I mean, for the espresso shot, it's one-on-one.
You're not scaling the personalization at all.
No, not watered down.
Yeah. And I love that. I love that. That transcends a lot of business tips. I mean, I play in the video marketing space, and it's personalization, and they talk about scalation. What I love about your programs, you have tiers for every service, but it starts with a wellness audit. It starts with caring about what the client wants. How do you meet their needs? But how do you get the personalization? It's not like I just set you a goal, but you've got so many tiers. People just may want consulting on diet and nutrition. You cater to what they need, but you show up and show out in a positive way, interaction face to face or through the internet. You know,
Yeah, I mean, there's just too much negativity. I mean, for me personally, I didn't start this to be negative. I didn't start this to make people feel bad. I didn't start this because I wanted some adulation with my pride and ego and all that kind of jazz. I didn't start that, right? I started it because I really, really thought that that we can provide authenticity, enthusiasm, transparency, and love, right? My business model, I got laughed out a lot of business meetings, right? My business model was love. And they looked at me like, that is absolutely ridiculous. How can you have your business model being love, right? And then what happened is the reason why I believe it transcended, because I think in some spaces, there's a lack of authenticity, transparency, and love. And if I'm able to provide that's true transparency, where I'm talking to you and I'm building you up and empowering you, right? But I'm also challenging, right? So I'm challenging you. I want you to grow. And then I also want you to empower. You can't do all challenge and then you just feel, oh my gosh, I'm just exhausted. But you can't do all empower because then we're not growing. Because all that's doing is feeding our pride and ego. So now if we do both, now we got a nice little package. Now, I wouldn't ask any client to do anything that I wouldn't do. So if I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to ask the client to get out of their comfort zone. If I ain't gonna do it, I intentionally put myself in events, do things daily to get outside my comfort zone to be the best version of me every single day. Because today is all I have. I'm not worried about the past, it's gone. I'm not worried about the future, I'm not there yet. So at the end of the day, all I got is today. So the question is what can I be and how can I be the very best version of myself today? And then you know what? If I do that every day, tomorrow's gonna take care of itself, right?
I love transformation and motivation and all that, because obviously you got to bring it every day. But I love what you said about, I'm not going to commit to doing something or sharing or training somebody else or coaching, whatever the case is, whatever vernacular you want to use. If it's something that I can't do with my clients, if I can't do it, then why hold them to that accountability? At the end of the day, though, you're motivating, you're inspiring others each step at a time. Before we wrap this up, and we've covered a lot, and I encourage everybody to check out Thomas's website. We'll have the links, information. Start with that wellness audit. Go to the website, pick a training program, just get some direction and guidance. Is there anything else from a call to action standpoint that you would like to share with us before we wrap?
Yeah, I mean, my thing is at the end of the day, I think it all starts with, right? Even before the wellness audit, it all starts with the 15-minute discovery call, right? So go to the website, smashwellness.com, go to the contact, send me an email, and let's get the conversation started for a little 15-minute discovery call to see if we're the right fit, or to see how I can refer you potentially to somebody else, right? Because I'm all about, right? It might not be a great fit for me, but it might be a great fit. I mean, in our company, it might be a great fit for somebody else. So at the end of the day, we're all out here trying to do the best we can with what we got. And other people have some phenomenal things as well. And we want to bless them too. All right. And send some things their way. So my point being is, let's start the conversation. I'm the one-stop phone call for wellness. And then let me kind of do my concierge, right, duties in regards to kind of putting things together for you. And then also too, something that I'm very excited about is the new pain and recovery, myofascial release, and pain management services that we will be providing right in the Atlanta area. So we are doing this. I've been doing it for years, and with my clients locally and nationally. And we are now marketing and putting it out where we will be having, right, on 2 days a week, right, 30-minute pain management. We do trigger point. We do myofascial release. We do deep stretch. We do yin yoga. We have cold and hot therapies. We have lavender towels for you to cool you down, right? We have binaural beats too as well, with earphones that we put on you. We have a massage table that we have you set up and ready to go in our studio. It is just absolutely amazing. We want a beautiful experience, right? If you just want to calm down, de-stress, open up some joints, open up the hips, hammies. If you have back issues, shoulder issues, neck, if you have back and shoulder surgeries, right? We have cupping, we have TENS units, we have a variety of different things going on, right, to assist the recovery and pain management process. So, and the flexibility and mobility. So that's something new that I'm just super excited about. 30-minute sessions. So you're in, you're out, and super excited about those new services that we'll be marketing. Some things we've been doing for a long time, but now we're really kind of officially coming to the market.
You're constantly updating new techniques and exercise, physiology, everything that comes to the game out there. You're a true student of the game. And it's not a game, because you're game and nutrition. I mean, even what you just talked about, that new program, this Atlanta base. And I'm looking forward. I need to enroll in that. I need to get a power down smoothie with you too. There's so much to do. Go to Thomas's website, check out what he's doing. Final parting shot from you, Thomas Hamm. Anything else that you would like to kick off?
I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity, where I'm super, super grateful for these times to just share, what I love, right? This is for me, it's much more than just the workout stuff. It's much more than fitness. I use food and fitness as a catalyst to love on others. I use the food and fitness as a catalyst to transform people's lives, right? I believe it's a calling. It's not based in my own, staying on my own tie box. At the end of the day, it truly comes from an authentic way. And anytime I have an opportunity, right, to share something that I'm super passionate about, and other people having given me the platform to share that, I'm super grateful and I'm super blessed. So thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much for allowing me to share a little bit of my services and my craft, and maybe show a little bit, potentially of my love and authenticity and transparency for the health and wellness world, but more importantly for people, right? In general, wellness, I'll finish with this. Wellness is equal opportunity for everybody. Wellness is for everybody, whether you're younger, whether you're more mature, whether you have a couple dollars in your pocket, or whether you have more than that. At the end of the day, wellness is for everybody. And let's start with a 15-minute discovery call, and let us show you how we can make that happen for you.
It's been a true pleasure to have Thomas Hamm on. In layman's terms, Smash Wellness. Check out what he's doing. Check out what he's doing in the community, internationally, virtually, face-to-face, diet, nutrition, everything out there. One thing about Thomas, he's passionate, and his personalization and his customization. He brings the wellness and helps transform lives. Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.